Hello and welcome to the Kayden Borden Show, today's best country mix. And joining me right here today is the wonderful Colin A. Borden. Colin, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing really well, Kayden. Thank you very much for having me.
It is my pleasure. So tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into acting.
My name's Colin, and the big thing about me is I'm an actor.
Mhm.
How did I get into acting? I've been acting pretty much for my whole life. Um, Somewhere around first grade, I was in a play at the school, and then around third grade, my friend was going out to an audition and suggested I come with him, so I did that. And it just kind of kept going, more acting. I ended up going to a magnet school in Philadelphia called the High School for Creative and Performing Arts that Leslie Odom Jr. graduated from, Questlove graduated from. We have like a really good alumni roster. And there was a moment in there where I would do the play at school. Like I would do my coursework, right? Like scene studies
Mhm.
during class, and then do the school play, and then go off and do a community theater play or a professional
Mhm.
play. And then on the weekends, I'd have more acting classes, somewhere else in the community, and just like kept going and going. And so I think around 18, I got a little burned out and turned to directing,
Mhm.
which I have behind me here, things that I've directed. And I've just kind of started doing that for several years. And eventually my wife suggested I go out for a play.
Mhm.
And I did that. I was like, oh, acting's the best again. I love acting. And then I got a job on this show called Dhar Man. And now I get to talk to you.
That is awesome. That's awesome. How do you like it on his set? Is there anything in particular that you like about it?
It is such a fantastic place to be. The people there are really just wonderful from the ground up. We have a fairly small crew. It's not
Mhm.
like some huge
Right, right.
Hollywood
Mhm.
thing. So I know everybody's names.
Mhm.
And yeah, everybody that's there is just happy to be there, having fun, being creative. All the actors that show up are
Mhm.
there to work. They're there to be
Right.
silly. We tell jokes, we sing songs, but when the camera rolls, you hit your mark, you say your lines, and
Mhm.
that's kind of what you want out of a day job,
Mhm.
be silly and work hard.
That's true, and he's all about the positivity and everything like that, which I think is super important.
Oh, absolutely, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I think especially with the ongoing pandemic and just the
Right,
times that
right.
we live in, and with all the social media, it's really kind of harder to be a kid right now and to just sort of
Mhm.
exist as a
Yeah.
person who's going through all these emotions
Mhm.
and social situations. So just to have the anchor that is Darman out there in the world, kind of giving that little positivity and giving good messages and giving people watchwords, to figure out how to get through their day is fantastic, and it's free. So what more do you want?
Absolutely. Did you guys do any, filming by, any chance during the pandemic?
Yeah, the
Oh,
whole
okay.
time. I We maybe took a week or two off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we came back real fast. And at the
Mhm.
beginning, we were wearing masks, until
Mhm.
it was time to actually shoot. Then they come off.
Mhm.
We were scrubbing down surfaces. We all
Mhm.
had to agree that we weren't feeling it, like it was
Mhm.
super safe, super confident building, even in like the really kind of confusing
Mhm.
amorphous time before things sort of started ironing out. So yeah, it was it was great to have work. It was a little spooky sometimes, but they took real good care of us. Felt very safe, very friendly, so it was good.
That's really good. So, Colin, if you could choose anyone that you could act with, who would you choose and why?
There's an actor named Lakeith Stanfield. I don't know if you know him. I think I'm saying his name
Not
right.
sure.
I think he's just such a super fascinating guy. He can do all sorts of different genres, and he just, like good acting is surprising and keeps you on your toes. I think that guy always kind of delivers a really surprising performance. So I'd love to work with him one day. If I could trade careers with anybody, it would probably be Kevin Kline. To be like, he's a leading man. He's a goofy character actor. He can do musicals. He does action like that. I think I would
Mhm.
like to have that career one day. That'd be pretty good.
That would be a really cool career.
Yeah, he just seems like he can kind of do whatever the heck he wants.
Mhm. Yeah. So I know you mentioned earlier that you've done directing. Where have you done directing for?
Well, I've done some theater directing, mostly in
Mhm.
Albuquerque, out here in Los Angeles a little bit. For myself, I do my own film projects.
Mhm.
And then this was Thank You Five was a web series that I directed on. They brought me in for 2 episodes. I ended up directing 4 episodes. I edited one of the episodes. And that was a hoot. It's a really good show. It's about acting. If
Oh,
you're
okay.
listening to this and you have an interest in acting, it's about a small community theater, and it's really funny.
In- Interesting. Where can people find that?
Oh, sure. On Amazon Prime, in fact.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Five. Just Google her and you'll find it.
That's awesome. Do you have a favorite person that you've liked acting with on Darman? And if so, who?
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to think it, and
Okay.
everybody can just, they know that they've heard it.
Mhm.
There you go. I would never say anything like that out loud. What are you kidding
No worries. It's all good.
me? Although I hope somebody will one day say me.
That's true. There's so many like Catherine and
Oh my
Avery,
gosh.
and there's so many. You name them. So.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody, even like the people that
Mhm.
have maybe not quite yet been
Right.
in 6 or 7 episodes and
Mhm.
have not really hit the stratosphere here yet. That everybody, when I show up to work, it's so much fun. Everybody
Mhm.
again is there to play and they're there to work, and yeah, it's great. It's great. But what do you want?
Yeah.
We're playing pretend all day. Like, it's fantastic.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love how you're so enthusiastic about it. It's awesome. I can feel it. So.
Uh, yeah, it's the best.
Yeah, definitely. So, aside from either you directing or acting, do you have a favorite TV show or movie that you like watching that you have or haven't been in?
Well, my favorite show is Doctor Who. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
my father was a Whovian, and I've been a long time Whovian.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get my kids into it, though they're
Mm-hmm.
still rather young.
Yeah.
My wife and I, this is how big of a Whovian nerd I am. Around the 60th anniversary, or rather the 50th anniversary, a few
Mm-hmm.
years ago, um, my wife and I were living in Albuquerque. She was working on a TV show. She's in the movie business as well,
Mm-hmm.
and she and I went to a pub quiz to celebrate Doctor Who, the 50th anniversary of Doctor Who. We go in
Mm-hmm.
there. There's all these teams full of kids, full of tables full of teams, and then it was she and I, and she is not all that big on Doctor Who. She does not know a lot. We came in second place,
Oh, there you go.
so I trumped a whole room full of nerds.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, what advice would you give anyone that might want to start doing acting but isn't quite sure how to jump into this industry?
Well, jumping in would definitely be the way to do it to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
The soft approach probably will not get you very far. It's a game of numbers and it's a
Mm-hmm.
game of time. Um, the most basic way to start is to go out and get yourself an acting lesson. Start with something, just Google in your town,
Mm-hmm.
in your country, in your region, wherever there are acting classes. Find something that focuses more on scene study. It's terribly interesting to do like mask work or like learn how to be a tree. Terribly interesting. But unless you want like a PhD in acting theory,
Mm-hmm.
find something that actually will teach you how to act. Where you'll actually sit down and look another person in the eye and say words that you're not inventing in the moment. And that's what's going to get you into in acting. And then on that same token, you live in a town right now that has a community theater. You live in a town right now that has a community college. Both those people are looking for you and your voice
Mm-hmm.
and your talent, and just reach out to them. My very first headshot, when I got back into acting, I took it with my phone. I sat down on my porch and I took a nice little picture with my phone, submitted that, and I was off. You don't need to invest a lot of money. Maybe as you go, there will be a couple moments where you have to put some money into it, but don't invest a lot of money. Invest your time to begin with. Um, Trust your own process. Nobody, despite what it looks like, nobody becomes famous overnight.
Yeah.
Nobody walks into a off the bus in Hollywood and is handed a contract. You gotta go do some time in the trenches doing theater in the church basement for 8 people before anything crazy happens. But you can do
Yep,
it.
and then, like you said, it takes time.
Yeah.
Mhm. So, have you been in any other shows that you've acted in, Colin?
Well, probably the one of note would be Better Call Saul.
Mhm.
Um, I was in a couple episodes of that in the 4th season. That's probably
Oh,
the
okay. Hmm.
the major credit
Hmm.
that I've had so far. But yeah, I'm trying to do everything all the time.
Hmm.
It doesn't slow down, which is good. But
That's
yeah,
good.
things that people have heard of would be Darman and Better Call Saul.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of Darman and anything like that, do you have any upcoming projects that you're working on with them? I know you mentioned me earlier, you were just there, so.
Yes, I'm still in wardrobe a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what I can say about which ones I'm working
Right.
on or not, but yeah, we're constantly churning stuff out. We have a new channel, we have a new reactions channel.
I saw
Um,
that.
I
Yeah.
just did the one that just came out. The first one was Catherine and I
Hmm.
reacting to the 10-year coma, guy in a 10-year
Yeah.
coma.
Yeah.
So that was really fun. Again, like you get to kind of see our
Hmm.
the fun we have together, cracking jokes about our own performances.
Yeah.
uh, but yeah, and then I'm in pre-production right now on a feature film that I'm going to direct,
Hmm.
which should be pretty exciting. Stay tuned for that.
That's awesome. And also, where can people find you on social media if they have not had a chance to follow you yet or want to follow you?
I'm on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, all at Colin A. Borden.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have a message to those who have been following you or any fans out there?
Well, first of all, thank you. I hope you're enjoying yourself. And just sort of as a final word, Bertolt Brecht had a phrase that I guess he would say a lot that I had written down on my desk, and it is simpler and with more laughter. So just work through life with that in your brain, simpler and with more
Hmm.
laughter.
Hmm. Do you have any other hobbies and interests that you like doing outside acting that people may not
Yeah, I
know
like
about?
playing the piano. I'm not very
Hmm.
good at it, but that doesn't matter. You sit down at a piano, and pretty much anywhere you hit, you're making music. You're making art,
Hmm.
and like just to like, it's right in the like you walk through my door, and in order to
Hmm.
get anywhere, you have to trip over a piano. So I walk in and I just noodle for like 2 seconds as I'm like walking to do
That's
whatever's
funny.
next, and it's brilliant. It just keeps my brain fresh. That and Wordle.
Wordle, yep.
I got it in
Yep.
2 today, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
There you go. Two's good.
she was pretty
Two,
good.
yeah. Yeah. Especially how busy you are.
Wow, yeah.
Hmm.
Sure.
That is just awesome. So, if anyone was to make a movie or a TV show about you or your life or anything about you in particular, what do you think it would be about?
Oh, wow. I don't know. That's an interesting question. What would it be about? Um, well, there's I call myself a recovering claustrophobe. I had crippling claustrophobia I mean, I
Oh,
guess it's like always been with me, but it really like took me out of my pretty much my entire 20s. So
oh,
that might be a pretty interesting story to tell. And then my getting over it and living
Mm,
through it, and up to and including when I started at Darman, having to
mhm.
take an elevator up to the 35th floor of an office building downtown, um, when I couldn't even like look at an elevator in a movie. Uh, it would spike my anxiety. So that might be an interesting story to tell. Other than that, pretty drab, pretty usual stuff. Guy gets up, has breakfast, but nothing really interesting.
Yeah, goes to set,
Yeah, who
eats
wants to watch
that,
that?
have
Yeah.
dinner. Oh, that's funny. That's really funny. Is there anything that I forgot that you'd like to mention before we go?
No,
Sounds like I covered it all then.
that's mostly me, man. That's mostly me.
That's awesome. And I highly encourage you guys to check out Colin if you guys haven't on Darman and any other projects that he's doing in the near future.
Thank you for that.
You're very welcome. And again, I would like to thank Colin Borden for joining us right here on the King Gordon Show today's Best Country Mix. We appreciate you coming on the show today.
Kayden, it was a sincere pleasure. Thank you very much for having me.